Hello, hello. What's going on, guys? Welcome back to my channel. If you're new here, welcome to my channel. I'm so happy that you're here. On this channel, we talk a lot about jiu-jitsu, but the past 7 or so months, we've talked mostly about the injury that I sustained back in September, and that's okay. It was a and is still very impactful event in my life, but today I want to switch it up, bring it back to the roots of my channel and, talk about just a very specific topic in jiu-jitsu that most people can relate to if you train. The thing is, jiu-jitsu is a very non-conventional activity, right? The majority of people that you see in the store, walking down the street, they probably don't train jiu-jitsu. And if you find that they do, you're probably going to become best friends with them. But, it's a sport that's really rough, and our bodies certainly take a beating from it, including our skin, our nails, our hair. So this video might not apply to you maybe as much, maybe it does. If you're a guy, I think hair and skin are important no matter if you're a male or a female. But all my ladies watching, we're gonna chat about what happens to our hair, our skin, what you might go through once you start training jiu-jitsu, and maybe how to prevent some of the damage that can happen from all the beatings that we get in training. As much as I love jiu-jitsu, it's also really disgusting, right? You are grinding and just all up against another person. You're all up in their face, you're all up in their body parts, you're all in their sweat, in their hair, and then especially as a female when you're rolling with a guy and he's just big and sweaty and gross, and it's even more disgusting than when you're rolling with another female. I didn't make the rules, that's just how it is. So, your hair, you're probably gonna deal with some breakage. Your skin, you gotta be careful because there's little skin diseases that can go around on the mats. So you want to make sure you're clean. You might find that maybe you're breaking out from your face being smashed into the mat. All types of things can happen. So I just want to talk about some things you can do to prevent these things from happening. And really the easiest thing is to develop a really good skincare and hair care routine. And then later we'll talk about just a couple of different ways that you can style your hair if it's longer like mine when you're going to go train. And then just a little side note, I'm not going to talk about nails because I'm convinced that there is just nothing that you can do for your nails except, to eat a healthy diet and take care of yourself from the inside out. But I've been training jiu-jitsu now for about 6 years, and I have yet to find a way to keep my nails looking nice when I'm training all the time. The only time in the past 6 years that I had nice looking nails is within the past 6 months because I haven't been training and I was able to get my nails done. My cuticles looked good. All of the calluses on my fingers disappeared. All of the cuts went away. But now I'm back to teaching and my nails, they look like crap. So we're not even gonna talk about nails. If you have a solution to keep your nails looking nice, let me know. Gel comes off. A regular manicure certainly is the dumbest thing ever because that chips the same day. UV gel cracks. You certainly can't keep any length on your nails. So again, if you have any recommendations for me and for anybody else watching, leave a comment and let us know. Otherwise, I'm convinced that there's no way that if you train jiu-jitsu consistently that you're gonna have nice nails. As far as my hair goes, I will admit, I never took good care of my hair. I've been blessed with pretty decent hair. I think it's genetics. I've also never dyed my hair, which can play a big role in the health of your hair. So growing up, honestly, I've never done anything special to my hair except wash it. And then when I got hurt, I was like, you know what? I'm taking time off from jiu-jitsu. I am in my 30s and I should probably start taking a little bit better care of my hair. Because of course, like I said, jiu-jitsu can really put some damage to your hair. And over the years, I've just noticed that a lot of the little pieces that I just naturally have, especially underneath, they would get shorter and they were getting thicker, which meant that more hair was breaking. So with this little break that I've had from training, I've been trying to use the time to find some products that I like to help keep my hair nourished and moisturized, feeling good. And then the main thing is to help with the breakage and to stimulate some regrowth. Let me also just say this before I get started. The products that might work for me might not necessarily work for you. Everybody's hair and everybody's skin and everybody's needs are so different, but I at least just want to show you why I'm using them and how I feel like they've been helping my hair and my skin skin from all the damage from jujitsu. So my main concern with my hair was helping with the breakage and making it a little bit softer. I started feeling like my hair wasn't as soft as it used to be. And over the past 6 or so months since I've started really trying to dive into making my hair a little bit better, I've tried a couple of different shampoos, and this is the shampoo and conditioner that I have found that I like, and it makes my hair feel really nice. And it's nothing fancy. You can get it at Target. They have some of them in the drugstore. It's the Shea Moisture line. This one is the Intensive Hydration Conditioner, and then I use the same shampoo. It's meant to hydrate and replenish extra dry, damaged hair. There's no phthalates, there's no parabens, there's no mineral oil. There is fragrance, and I do try to avoid added fragrances in a lot of my products. Over the past 6 months to a year, I've been kind of diving into this quote unquote lower toxic lifestyle. It's kind of becoming a little trendy, but I think for good reason. So I've been trying to switch out some of the products that we use in the house, certain cleaning products, my skincare, and I've just been more conscious of the products that I'm putting onto my body. And fragrance is one of those things that you kind of want to avoid. It can be an endocrine disruptor. It can disrupt your hormones, especially when we have tons and tons of fragrances that we are putting on our skin, on our hair, our cleaning products. Everything has added fragrance. Anything that smells good has fragrance to it. So I've just been trying to limit that a little bit more, but it's hard because I want my hair to smell good. And this is the first shampoo and conditioner that I've used in a while that makes my hair feel really good. But I am open to suggestions. If you sort of live this lower toxic lifestyle and you have a more natural shampoo that you like, let me know. And then after I wash my hair, when it's still wet, I put in the Shea Moisture Leave-In Conditioner. It's their Manuka Honey and Yogurt Hydrate and Repair Multi-Action Leave-In Conditioner. I'll also say this, I wash my hair when I'm training jiu-jitsu. I wash my hair after every single training session. And now I know in the hair world, it's better to not wash your hair every day. Look, it's just, in my opinion, it is too nasty to not wash your hair after every training session. Because the thing is, it's not only your sweat, it's other people's sweat and it's other people's bacteria, and your hair is getting smushed into the mats and people's sweat and their bodies, and then that's drying onto your head, and then you're putting all of that bacteria onto your pillowcase and your skin touches the pillowcase. Ugh, I can't. So for cleanliness purposes, I would highly recommend washing your hair after every session. For extra hair care, I don't go crazy with a ton of expensive products. Again, I'm open to suggestions. If you use any kind of hair oil or hair serum that you absolutely love, let me know in the comments and maybe I'll give it a shot. But the one thing that I do use on my hair once a week is castor oil. Castor oil has quite a few healing benefits to it. It is a fatty acid, so it is super hydrating and nourishing for your hair and for your scalp. There's a lot of word that goes around that castor oil will help your hair grow. And from the research that I've done, that's kind of a myth, but at the same time is kind of true. So castor oil is antibacterial, it's antifungal, it's anti-inflammatory. So what it does is it helps to promote a healthy scalp. It promotes the blood circulation. So those things combined create a healthy environment for your hair, which then can promote hair growth. And like I said earlier about castor oil being a fatty acid, that also makes it really good to restore damaged hair. So what I do with this, once a week, usually Sunday night when I'm kind of getting ready for the week, I'll massage it into my scalp, and then any extra that's on my hands, I just kind of put throughout the rest of my strands. And it's pretty thick. You don't need a lot. I've also seen that you can combine this with olive oil or coconut oil, and I just create this oily mask for my hair and I leave it in overnight. I think it's just really important to create a good routine for yourself for overall skin health and then especially with jujitsu, our skin goes through the works, you know what I mean? Of course, you want to figure out what your skin type is and what products are going to work well for your skin, but I think overall we want to use products that are really hydrating, really calming, because our skin gets really worked up from being smashed into the mats and being grinded with the ghee. So let me show you what I use these days. I keep it pretty simple. If you go on Instagram and TikTok, you're gonna see people with their cabinets filled with all of these different products. And if that works for them, that's great. But I found for myself that I have a couple of staple products and that's it. First things first, you want to get a good cleanser that is not going to feel like your skin is stripped of all of its moisture. If there's one thing that you're going to do, you want to cleanse your skin after every single training session. This is the cleanser that I'm using right now. It's okay. I'll be honest, I probably won't buy it again, but I will say it doesn't leave my skin feeling super dry. At night, I use a 1% retinol from Paula's Choice. This isn't like an all-natural brand, but what I do love about Paula's Choice, I feel like Paula's Choice is like one of those brands that's a staple, and what I love is they list every single ingredient and why it's in there. I use a retinol every single night, and I use it because I'm 31 and I'm trying to keep my skin as young and fresh as long as I can. Retinol is really good to aid in cell turnover, and to be honest, I have noticed a huge difference in my skin since I've added retinol back into my routine. I then mix these two guys together. This is just pure vitamin E oil, and this is my holy grail. This is the tallow balm from Tubes & Co. Organics. If you're vegan, this probably won't work for you since it's essentially animal fat. And the only ingredients inside are grass-fed tallow, organic extra virgin olive oil, zinc oxide, coconut CO2, and vanilla extract. In the morning after I cleanse, this is what I use. Again, this is Paula's Choice. This is their vitamin C booster serum. Vitamin C is really good for brightening. It's really good for getting rid of any dark spots, or for me, I've always dealt with breakouts, and then because I'm fair-skinned, they leave little red marks everywhere, and I feel like since introducing this back into my skincare routine, it has really, really helped clear up the residual marks from various breakouts. After I apply the vitamin C serum, I go back in with the same products that I used at night. Again, keeping it pretty simple, the tallow balm and the pure vitamin E oil. Day to day, that's it. Clean, healthy, hydrated skin is the goal, and I feel like these products really help with that. Once a week, I'll go in with an exfoliant. I love this stuff. This is the only BHA that I will use. It's a leave-on treatment, so I use a cotton round, I put a couple dots onto it, and I just rub it gently all over my face. And I have been using this for years, and let me tell you, your skin will feel buttery soft after using it. Once a week, you don't want to over exfoliate, but exfoliating helps get all of those extra little dead skin cells off your face. And then once a week, I will use this bentonite clay mask. I mix it with a little bit of water to make like a thick paste, leave it on my skin until it dries, about 15 or so minutes, and then just wash it right off, and my skin feels fresh, it feels clean, it looks smoother, and what it does is the bentonite clay helps to pull out any kind of toxins from the skin. For actual shower gel, I want to show you what I use. So I actually use, you've probably heard of this brand before if you've been into jiu-jitsu for a little while. I lately have been using the Defense soap. I never used this before, but my husband got this soap for the gym that he runs, and it came in like a couple of huge gallons. So we kept one for the house, and I was looking for a new shower gel. I was using the bar soap from Dr. Bronner's. I try to keep my shower gel pretty clean as far as ingredients go. And I never realized that the ingredients in the Defense line are actually pretty good. So the one that we use is the one with tea tree, eucalyptus, and peppermint, which sounds very unappealing. But the way that I would describe it is it's very fresh. And I'll be honest, this kind of scent is not something that I would typically buy because these scents can usually be pretty intense, but this is very fresh, it's very clean, and it's not overpowering at all. I don't know if every product has tea tree, but this one specifically does. Tea tree is antifungal, it's antiviral, it's really, really good for your skin to prevent any kind of funkiness from the Jiu-Jitsu mats. Okay, for the last thing for products, I want to show you guys something that my husband and I have recently added to our home, and I think it's made a really big difference. This thing right here that's in between the shower head and, I don't know, the pipe, that is a shower filter. So over the past 6 months to a year, when I've started changing out the products in our home for the quote unquote lower toxic products, just being a little bit more aware of all of the harmful chemicals that we're potentially putting in and around our bodies every day, I've tried to just be a little bit more aware of that stuff and just trying to use better options. So one of the things that I became very concerned about was the water. We all know, at least I think, that tap water is not good. We don't have an actual home filtering system one day when we have our house. So right now we just use a pitcher, and then we have water bottles, stainless steel bottles that have a filter inside. I will link the brand in the description box below, but it filters out 400 plus pollutants. We finally bought a filter for the shower, and look, I know everybody has different budgets, but to us, this was very affordable because filter systems can be quite expensive. This was 40 bucks, okay? And it was super easy to install. And I have noticed, like I mentioned earlier, a couple of changes, and I think it's really helping me. And we feel just a lot better knowing that the water that we're putting all over our body is little bit cleaner. So now for actual hairstyles to train in to try to prevent so much breakage, I don't really believe that anything can fully stop your hair from breaking. Your hair gets pulled at, your hair might get fallen on, right? Somebody's body might get caught up in your hair, and all of that can cause some of it to break off. So for actual hairstyles, my favorite is one, I do not ever just keep it in a plain ponytail because this will be all over the place. It'll be in my face, it'll be in my partner's face, but I do put it in like a really high pony. And then all I'm gonna do is braid it. Pretty easy and simple. I'll also add that I don't like to use these big material scrunchies because it kind of grosses me out. I feel like they would just get filled with sweat. I mean, you could wash them, but I just stick with these little regular scrunchies, and I use a lot of them to keep my hair in place. And then usually the only other style that I do is a ballerina bun, like right on the top of my head. I bring it all the way up and I just twist it around. And then to keep it nice and secure, this is when I will usually use a lot of scrunchies, like 3, maybe 4. And remember, they don't have to be perfect, these hairstyles, because they're gonna get all types of messed up anyway. Another option that you can do is do the pony with the braid and then tie the braid into a ballerina bun. Having that braid within the bun could help keep your hair even a little bit more safe. I love training with really tight Dutch braids, but I unfortunately can't do Dutch braids on myself, but it is really nice if somebody can do them for me and they stay so secure, my hair doesn't move anywhere. To be quite honest, I feel like the only way that you're gonna fully prevent your hair from breaking and getting a little bit damaged from jiu-jitsu is if you shave it off. I did very much consider getting an undercut at one point, but I was a little worried that, it just wasn't quite my style. I was also a little worried about growing it back. But getting an undercut will absolutely help with all of the breakage underneath the hair. So if you're into that sort of thing, then maybe give that a try. So that is it for today. I feel like anything that we can do to treat ourselves a little bit to, make us feel a little bit better after training jujitsu, I think anything helps. In the first video that I had ever made on this channel about jujitsu, I talked all about what it's like being a woman who trains jujitsu. And one of the statements that I had made when I talked about your hair and your skin and your nails is how sometimes it can feel like jujitsu sort of turns you into a man. And, you know, I don't take that back. There were some people that commented saying, you know, having nice nails and having your nails done and having makeup, not having those things doesn't make you any less feminine. And, you know, they're right. But if you're a female and you enjoy these things, when those things kind of get taken away from you from jujitsu and you're looking and you're feeling all beat up from it, sometimes it can affect you, you know? I don't know about you, but when I have a good hair day, when my skin is looking good, I feel like a different person. If you enjoyed this video, be sure to give it a thumbs up. If you are not subscribed to my channel, subscribe to my channel. I really, really appreciate it. My big goal for this year is to hit 10,000 subscribers. So if you like my content, then just, hit subscribe. And that's it. Until the next video, guys, I will see you guys next time.